headed toward Mobile. Had to stop and get fuel. So I want to tell you about my little cousin. He 32 years old, about to turn 33. Grew up in inner city New Orleans and then moved to inner city Atlanta. Both of which is like low income, high crime areas. And he has never been in a fight. And I asked him today when I was leaving, I was like, man, Cannon, you ain't never been in a fight, have you? And because I know he had, because, I was his older cousin, 5 years older, 6 years older. So when I used to babysit him, I used to have to, I'd try and make him tough sometimes. He was mad at me for some of them things, like I turn the light off in the bathroom and shut the door, doing things like that he's still mad at me over, which I got to repent myself for. But, I asked him, I said, how is it that you made it to be this old and never get in a fight? And he was explaining it to me, and it taught me a lesson on pride. And I asked him, I said, did people just slap you around, or how'd you get through? Because, people try to pick on me all the time. And I always ended up in a fight. I had so many fights before I turned 16, I can't even count them, right? I can count the ones after 16. But the ones before 16 and 17, too many to count. And I'm dumbfounded by how he made it without getting in one scuffle, not getting snuck one time, not getting slapped one time. And he was telling me about how he just stood firm. And some of those guys that were much bigger than him, he just said, well, do it. And they never pushed him, they never hit him. And I said, man, I'm trying to minister on to him. I said, man, the Lord with you, man. You teaching your big cousin, you know what I'm saying? And so look at my pride, because I had got into fights for him before. Because where I'm from, when you the big cousin and you got your little cousin, if somebody trying to do him something, well, you got to step up. And then if you don't, you look bad. So that's a lesson to me on pride. I'm worried about how I look, And then I'm worried about how I look to the other person. I'm worried about how I look to my little cousin, right? Because I look bad to the person who bullying him, and I look bad to my little cousin for not standing up for him, right? So that's two. And so I thought about my pride, and maybe my pride is the reason why I had to fight so much in my life. I don't know. But he made it 32 years and ain't never had to fight. By the time I turned 16, I had more fights than what I can remember. So, I don't know. Watch your pride.